Yes, we do. It's one of the funnest part of our job to whenever we get a new customer, we sit with their heads of sales, marketing, product teams, etc., and help them define first what we broadly call content strategy. Meaning, take your existing customer and business strategy. How do you transform that into a content strategy? And how do you then articulate that in terms of some clear artifacts that will help the sales team? For example, when most people talk about sales content, they talk about presentations and brochures, right? The problem is you can only use presentation once you get a meeting. And so the idea is, what's the first thing you would send something to pique that interest to meet you? Well, we call that a teaser. And so we're going to define certain characteristics on how you create a teaser and what should it have and how long it should be. Ideally, that's actually under 30 seconds, because that's all the time you get before someone would throw it away the first time, right? Once you do that, in some cases, you get a meeting because your teaser was that great and that piqued someone's interest. But most of the time, they say, well, that's interesting, send me more. And then that's the information we call explainer, which says, here is a problem that you were trying to solve. And if you don't solve it, here are the problems, here's what will happen to you, et cetera, et cetera. So that's an explainer. Again, taking them to a point where they can get where a salesperson would get a meeting. Beyond that comes presentations, but then people, not everyone shows up for the presentation. Half the folks do, others are online and doing multitasking, and third set doesn't show up. So how do you leave behind additional information that engages and nurtures more people? So we really help them define this whole content framework and content strategy on how to do all this.
I think that that's great, especially in the day and age where you're seeing more and more short form video content out there with Reels and TikTok, and just seeing the popularity of those platforms and the success there, that you're starting to see more and more brands go that direction to either gain awareness for their brand or, really go super bizarre